What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got a story time of this kid who in class basically says, hey, I like this YouTube channel, Haminations, which is this really poppin' animation channel right now. And this other kid in class who's apparently a massive hater for some reason of the Haminations YouTube channel, all of a sudden starts to stalk him around the school and tries to basically fight him for liking this YouTube channel. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, but I think you guys will enjoy this story. So sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and with that being said, let's just jump right into it. Anyway, so we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Ben, just because, a little throwback to the, throwback to the classics, man. I had to. Anyways, though, so this kid, Ben, was a fan of this YouTube channel called Haminations, which is an animations YouTube channel. Basically, this guy does stuff like Jaden Animations or any of these other kind of story animated YouTube channels. This channel, Haminations, has been absolutely killing it recently. I think one of his stuff recently has had 20 million views or something. So anyways, the subscriber was in school one day, and for some reason, I'm trying to remember exactly what I was told, what the context was. But it basically was something along the lines of, I think either in class he was asked, I think basically what happened was he was in class and he was sitting with his friends and they were waiting for the teacher to come in. And the subscriber was basically telling his friend about this new video he saw. He said it was super cool or whatever. And when his friend asked him, oh, what channel did this video come from? Who did you see this video come from? And the subscriber, Ben, was like, oh, I saw it on this channel called Haminations. He's pretty cool. He makes some pretty cool animations, whatever, right? And this kid, who we're going to call the Hater Kid, that's going to be his name officially, the Hater Kid, who was sitting in the back of class, his ears must have perked up at the name of his biggest op of all time, Haminations, the YouTuber. It was a little bit weird, but at this point, the subscriber, Ben, didn't even realize that the Hater Kid even existed. This was his first time even realizing this kid existed, bro. It's pretty funny. But basically, right, this kid goes on to, he must have been sitting in the back of the classroom, and he must have just, started to get super upset. So basically what happened is the Hater Kid starts to walk up to the front of the class and goes up right next to the subscriber Ben. And Ben, he doesn't even know who this Hater Kid is. So his middle school is big enough that enough people, there's just enough people there that you don't know everyone. Maybe he kind of recognized the Hater Kid a little bit. His face wasn't foreign. He's never seen this kid before in a million years, right? But at the same time, it still was a little bit weird, I'm not going to lie. It was very strange. He just never crossed paths with this kid before. And especially the fact that this kid, the Hater Kid, who he's never seen before, is now coming up to him, just coming straight up to him, was just kind of jarring and it threw him off guard. So the subscriber Ben's like, what's up, bro? And the Hater Kid was just staring at him. Imagine how uncomfortable it would make you feel if some kid just comes up to you out of nowhere and is just staring you down. Some kid is just looking at you, looking deep into your soul, and you're just so utterly confused that you just don't know what's going on. You just don't even know what's going on right now. Anyways, though, so yeah, sure enough, the subscriber is kind of just looking at this kid very awkwardly, okay, bro, I don't know what you're doing right now. I really couldn't say that I know what is up, but hello? Yeah, so at this point, right, the subscriber kind of just looks at this kid, and this kid is just staring him down. Imagine how uncomfortable you'd feel if some random kid you didn't know just, comes up to you. So eventually, the subscriber's like, what's up? What's good? Why is this kid? What are you doing here? I don't really know who you are. And, yeah, so the kid then goes on to look at the subscriber and says, so, I heard you like the new Haminations video. And it's just such a weird thing because the subscriber at this point, he said that as an offhanded comment to his friend. There's no real reason why that should be something that would, that's not the, okay, let me just put it this way. The subscriber, the last thing he was thinking of trying, while this kid was staring at him ominously, was that, oh my God, this kid must have overheard me say that I liked this random YouTuber's video and recommended to my friend. That makes a lot of sense. So the subscriber was like, come again? Excuse me? Because the subscriber at this point, it just sounded so ridiculous that he was almost convinced that he heard this kid wrong. He was almost convinced that he just heard this kid incorrectly and that there's no way that this kid actually is said that because it would make no sense. And then for a second, he was like, okay, maybe this kid's a fan and he wants to see the video. And but before like he was able to speculate any further, this kid goes on to say, hey man, I want to let you know, in this part of town, no, that doesn't fly. And the subscriber's like, come again? Like, what do you mean that doesn't fly? Like, I'm just sitting here, chilling with my friends, showing them a video that I like, and you're coming over to me saying that it doesn't fly? Like, relax, bro. Like, you're making no sense right now. Come on. Yeah, so basically the hater kid goes on to explain that, like, you know, in this part of, like, his block or whatever, bro, they were in middle school. He probably heard something on the internet, so he's like, oh, in this part of town, like, I run this part of the school. Like, you're not allowed to say his name, referring to, like, the Haminations YouTube channel. Like, bro, who cares? It's some random YouTuber animation guy. Like, really, it does not matter. But he's like, you know, it's very disrespectful to say that around here. Like, I'm just letting you off on a warning. And the kid, like, storms all the way back. So at this point, right, the subscriber, he had a few options of what to do. He could have just, like, been like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not going to say the name of this YouTuber I watch occasionally in the presence of this random hater kid. Like, I guess I will do that. But the subscriber also had another option. And that other option was just to be like, you know what, screw this kid, call his bluff. And yeah, so that's what the subscriber actually did decide to end up doing, because the subscriber was like, I don't care, bro. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I just don't care. So yeah, sure enough, right, the subscriber just went on to continue talking with his friend about, like, the new Haminations video and that it was cool and that he should watch it, and nothing more than that. It's not like the subscriber was even being taunting. I mean, I guess you could say, well, this kid just said don't talk about it, so he's kind of taunting him by talking about it. But what I mean by this kid isn't taunting him. I just mean that he's not saying it in, like, a taunting manner or looking over at the kid while doing this. He's simply just talking about a YouTuber that he likes. So the subscriber honestly thought that that was the end of it, because why would there be anything more than that? Like, honestly, why would there be anything more than just, I don't know, being like, oh yeah, okay, don't talk about this kid and just leaving it be. But let me just say that the following is absolutely crazy. The subscriber gets stalked around school and almost ends up getting in a fight with this kid until one of the teachers comes over and breaks it up. But before I get into that, I want to let you know, or I want to announce on screen, the winner of the kind of the shoutout competition I started a week ago. I think I'm a couple days late, but that just gave people more time to enter. I am doing it. So anyways, shout out to the person on screen right now. You can go give them a follow on Instagram to say, like, congratulations or whatever. And yeah, thank you to all the people who went ahead and followed me on Instagram and commented on my recent photo. I will be doing random shout out competitions every once in a while. So if you wanted a shout out, and by the way, I'm going to be chatting with this person, follow them back, all that kind of good stuff. I will be doing more of that in the future. So do just stick around, and you can always follow me now. Anyways, let's get back to the story. Anyways, right, so the subscriber just, you know, basically has the rest of his class period. Doesn't think much about it, because if I was him, I don't think I would be thinking much about it. I just honestly don't think I would be taking this random kid that seriously, if you know what I mean. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, though, so sure enough, right, the subscriber ends up leaving class, and he's walking to his next period class. And remember, the subscriber has basically never seen this kid before, so he doesn't have multiple classes with him. The subscriber was even, like, he was kind of not blown away, but he was surprised that this kid was even in one class with him, let alone more than one. So the subscriber kind of knew that this was the only class he had with this kid. So the subscriber is walking to his next class, and he notices that behind him, not like directly behind him, but close enough behind him, the hater kid is basically, like, walking, and very clearly has his eyes on, like, the subscriber, and the subscriber makes a turn, then the hater kid makes a turn, the subscriber makes another turn. Eventually the subscriber walks into his classroom and watches as the hater kid slows down as he gets closer to the classroom door, look inside, makes eye contact with the hater kid, and then the hater kid slowly walks away. So pretty ominous. Yeah, so anyways, the subscriber was kind of thinking about that a little bit more in class. But also, like, how seriously are you going to take some random kid in middle school who says this is his turf or whatever? Bro, you're literally in a middle school. And he's saying this over the subscriber telling his friend to go watch a new video from a YouTube channel, bro. Like, relax. It seriously is not that deep. I hope everyone realizes it's not that deep. But the hater kid obviously thought it was a lot deeper. But anyways, right, so eventually the subscriber, he has kind of like a free period. So he's walking to, I don't know, recess, lunch, cafeteria. It doesn't really matter where he's walking to. All you need to know is he's not walking to a classroom. So he gets out of the classroom and he starts walking in that direction. And that's when he looks in the corner of his eye and he sees like someone walking, once again, walking with intent and almost speeding up. So at this point, the subscriber turns around. And sure enough, it is the hater kid. And at this point, the subscribers almost like had enough of this kind of cat and mouse back and forth game, which is just very weird. So the subscriber decides to kind of take things into his own hands and clocks the guy in the face. I'm playing with you. No, the subscriber looks at this guy, like turns around, looks at the kid, and is just like, dude, you good, bro? Like, what's up? And at this point, you know, the hater kid's like, finally, I have found you. And the subscriber's like, I think you've always known where I am. We go to the same school. You're acting as if you went on some like 25-day chase across 7 continents through 1,000 villages. Like, you're acting as if you actually did something, bro. You just followed me from my 2 classes. Like, it's not that deep, but okay. And sure enough, right, the hater kid's like, I finally found you, and you will now pay for disrespecting, you know, or disrespecting my wishes. And at this point, the subscriber's like, bro, what do you even dislike about this guy so much? And the hater kid is like, it's not fair. My animations are better. My animations are better, and I only have 20 subscribers on YouTube, and this other guy is getting so much attention, I just can't hear his name anywhere. And when you said his name, it sent me into a rage, so I politely came over and said, never say his name again around me, because I run this town, and you said it again, and now you will pay. And the subscriber's like, all right, bro, I'm going to be straight with you. It's not that deep. I don't know how else to say it. It's just simply not that deep. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough, the subscriber's just like, okay, bro, like, I kind of don't care. And the subscriber tries to walk away. And this is when the hater kid says, don't think you're getting out of this unscathed. So the hater kid winds up his fist to punch the subscriber in the face, which honestly, the subscriber admitted to me that he would have probably taken that in the face and it would have hurt a lot because he did not see it coming. But thankfully, there's a teacher right behind them. You know how like in like cartoons when like someone will wind up to like punch someone? So I don't know how much you actually wind up like that. Like I just don't think that's how it's done. But obviously like the hater kid had only been watching TV shows. So he like winds up his fist to like punch the subscriber. And that's when the subscriber like grimaces for a second and like stops like because he's expecting now a punch. And then nothing comes. So he opens up his eyes to see that a teacher is restraining the kid, bro, restraining the hater kid. And so the teacher says like looks at the subscriber and says like, come with me. And they're both going to the principal's office as the teacher has the hater kid like restrained, dragging him to the principal's. But obviously the subscriber has to go to explain what happened from his POV. So anyways, they both go to the principal's office and the hater kid actually fully admits everything, which makes it easier for the subscriber. And the subscriber is really confused why the hater kid was like explaining this. I think the hater kid cared more about like making a point or whatever. It was very strange or whatever, but sure enough, yeah, the hater kid basically got suspended for 2 days because he attempted to attack another student, which is, come on, man, you can't be doing that, especially over him liking an animation channel. The subscriber obviously got let off the hook because he didn't do anything wrong, and 2 days later when that kid came back, the subscriber never saw him again. I guess the one class he had with him was like a class like 100 people or something, so they must have just like never crossed paths again. They never got assigned for like random groups together, and from this day on, the subscriber is never seen from this kid again.